This time I would like to take you along to my summer week-long vacation in Marseille, France. With its sunlit shores, bustling streets, and layers of history, it's no surprise that this is one of the most chosen touristic destinations in France. Among the people who experienced the city, we can find the French-Algerian author Albert Camus. He lived there from 1940 to 1942, during what were certainly difficult times, marked by war, resistance, and his fight against illness. Some scholars believe that the contrast between the city's beauty and the existential despair of war may have influenced his literary themes, which include the absurdity of human existence, the importance of the physical world, suicide, death, or exile and redemption, among others. For this video, I thought it would be interesting to explore Marseille while looking at some ideas from Camus' philosophy. Hello everyone, this is Wandering Tati. And speaking of the absurd and human struggle, shout out to Ryanair for making us wait in the sun for half an hour in a 40 degrees Celsius weather, and for the return flight having a 4-hour delay. It did provide for us with a great opportunity to ponder on life's great questions. And, play card games and so. From the airport, you can take the pretty convenient bus number 10 that will leave you at the main train station in about an hour. It costs 10 euros per person. Camus wrote extensively about the absurd, which may be defined as the conflict between our desire and search for meaning in life and the universe's apparent indifference and irrationality. We might want to ask the ultimate questions about life, but for him, it seems absurd to continuously look for meaning when there is none. The viewport is a place of constant motion. In 600 BC, Greek settlers landed in the now site of the old port of Marseille, where they set up a trading post in the hills on the northern shore. Until the 19th century, the viewport remained the center of maritime activity in Marseille. In Greek mythology, we can find the story of Sisyphus, who was punished by the gods by being forced to push an enormous rock up a hill. Every day he would attempt the overwhelming task of pushing it up, only to have it roll back down the hill and forcing him to start the process all over again. Most artists, authors, and philosophers portrayed Sisyphus as trapped in a pointless existence, an image of despair. But Camus saw it differently. He didn't see him as an eternal victim, but as a hero. Fishermen preparing their nets, vendors calling out to tourists, waiters serving delicious French cuisine dishes. These can all be representations of our endless tasks and struggles. Rising streetcar 4 hours in the office or the factory, meals, streetcar 4 hours of work, meals, sleep, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday according to the same rhythm. Life seems to be this series of small and repetitive acts, whether you work in a production line, a restaurant, or in front of a computer attending endless futile meetings that could have definitely been an email. All nothing more than absurd acts, like those of Sisyphus, but acts in which Camus actually saw the potential for joy and defiance in the face of the absurd. Sisyphus, who incarnates life's absurdity, its futility and hopeless labor, is seen by Camus as a triumph. His scorn of the gods, his hatred of death, and his passion for life won him that unspeakable penalty in which the whole being is exerted toward accomplishing nothing. Sisyphus demonstrates that we can live with the certainty of a crushing fate without the resignation that ought to accompany it. Much like Sisyphus, we are our fate, and our frustration is our very life. We can never escape it. But what's important is that after the rock comes tumbling down, Sisyphus goes after it once more. This is the hour of consciousness. At each of those moments when he leaves the heights and gradually sinks towards the layers of the gods, he is superior to his fate. He is stronger than his rock. Sisyphus, proletarian of the gods, powerless and rebellious, knows the whole extent of his wretched condition. It is what he thinks of during his descent. All Sisyphus' silent joy is contained therein. His fate belongs to him. His rock is his thing. The struggle itself toward the heights is enough to fill a man's heart. One must imagine Sisyphus happy. Notre Dame de la Garde stands as a guardian over Marseille, a symbol of faith for many. Camus rejected religion, as it is based on a hope for a life beyond this one. As he writes, he rejects the delusions of hope, as it minimizes the value of life as a mere preparation of the afterlife. And in that way, he argues, religious hope kills a part of us, for example, the realistic attitude we need to confront the difficulties of life. For him, rather than hope in the afterlife, the answer lies in the conscious certainty of a death without hope, and in refusing to hide from the fact that we are going to die. Or, much like another contemporary philosopher expressed, give up on your dreams and die. But it is not all depressive for Camus. He would in fact advocate for living a life of the senses, intensely in the here and now. Beside the uncertainty of life after death, there are things that we can know. To feel one's ties to a land, one's love for certain men, to know there is always a place where the heart can find rest, these are already many certainties for one man's life. This incredible cathedral can also be appreciated as a testament to human creativity and resilience, a reflection of our ability to find beauty and connection, even if it is the case that we live in a universe that offers no ultimate answers. By the way, in case you are wondering about the little boats hanging from the ceiling, these are called votive offerings. Some of them are over 200 years old. People bring them in gratitude to the Virgin Mary for things like avoiding shipwrecks or successful rescues of migrants trying to make it to Europe. From here we can see the island of Eve, where the novel The Count of Monte Cristo takes place. Camus believed in the importance of human solidarity. In Cours Julien, a hub for artists, you can feel the sense of connection and creativity. For Camus, it wasn't grand philosophical truths that gave life meaning, but the smaller shared moments, friendship, laughter, and collective action. And this type of moments can certainly be felt in the air around these neighborhoods. We are now at Le Panier district, Marseille's oldest neighborhood, filled with narrow streets and a lively atmosphere. What you can see now is a relatively new shopping mall located in La Joliette district, set in old warehouses with shops and cafes, and where you can take some cool photos. And right across the street we can find Le Terrasse du Port, a modern seafront mall which was celebrating its 10th anniversary at the time of my visit. It's great for a budget-friendly meal and has a beautiful view of the sea from its terrace. If you prefer to sit in nature, you can relax at one of the city's many parks. We are now arriving to one of my favorite places from the city, the Palais Longchamp. With its wonderful architecture and serene gardens, this place might feel like an escape from the absurdity of life. For Camus, beauty isn't a denial of the absurd, it's a way of living alongside it. And it is this beauty, whether found in art, nature, or a moment of stillness, that can provide us with the strength to carry on. In the premises of the palace, we can enjoy impressive statues and cascades, a lovely park in its back, and some wonderful cultural attractions. On its left-hand side, we may find the Museum of Art, and on its right-hand side, the Museum of Natural History. You can access both of their permanent exhibitions for free, and I highly recommend it. Now, as a small bonus track, here are some of the animals you can find inside the museum. You know, some are cute, some are majestic, some are whatever this is. You can also find this one called the Ai, which I can only assume that it's the sound that people made whenever they encountered this monstrosity. So that is all for my visit to the beautiful Marseille. What do you think? Did you feel inspired by the city or by Camus' ideas? I really hope you enjoyed the exploration of the city. If you did, please remember to like, share and subscribe to support the channel. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Until next time!